Yeah, see, I've been sitting here thinking, like, how we do the intro. Like, what should we say? Like, hi, I'm Blondie Chew. Welcome to Two Tails. Clap, 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 clap. Y'all clap. First video. Then you introduce yourself.
I think you introduce yourself, then I'll introduce myself, and then we introduce the channel.
I think I just did a perfect introduction for a first video. I am not confident. I don't know what I'm doing. It's Blondie Chew.
I'm just gonna keep all of this in when I upload this.
But yeah,
Okay.
welcome to Two Tails.
Welcome to Two Tails. I'm Glomp. This is Blondie Chew.
Hi.
And
Okay.
today we are going to be reading about some revenge stories on Reddit, which is the cesspit of the internet.
Oh yeah, sorry. Petty revenge. I'm still on the I am the asshole Reddit subreddit.
Gotta get together. Gotta do this.
Okay.
So,
You want me to read the first one, or do you want to read the first one?
Yeah, you read the first one.
Okay. That guy just went out of it. Hold on. Okay. Abusive ex refuses to move out, so I did it for her in the most inconvenient way possible. So, I was inspired to share this after reading the top post today. I had broken up with my ex about a year prior to this event, but she wouldn't move out. One excuse after another for a solid year until one day, amidst yet another argument, she finally admitted her plan was to stay indefinitely and threatened to claim domestic abuse if I didn't do anything about it. Well, if I did do anything about it, fuck. I hate these kind of people.
It would be domestic abuse at that point.
Like, fuck, the second these people that, like, nothing goes away, it's like, I can claim you abused me, and it's like, bitch, no. Oh, I hate these kind of people. That weekend, she decided to go out for one of her weekend vacations with a girlfriend. So I took advantage of the 48 hours I had and got to work reserving a storage unit and rented a moving truck. I worked around the clock loading that truck multiple times, only sleeping a few hours the entire weekend. She had hoarding tendencies that I had long turned a blind eye to, had to pick my battles there, and I had gotten pretty far out of control. Not only did I make dozens of trips, but the storage unit itself was almost too small for it all. It was truly amazing how much crap she had managed to pack, floor to ceiling, in multiple rooms, closets, and the garage, despite living in the same house together for so long. Oh, I couldn't live with a hoarder this bad.
Yeah, I feel like that's also on him for letting her hoard that much. That's insane.
Like, some people you can help them, but some people, I'm sorry, they're just a lost cause. They're gonna keep grabbing shit. The main issue is this trash she collected, or is it like expensive stuff, or like what did she hoard is what I'm curious about.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of hoarders, they hoard things that may seem valuable to them, but it's just trash to everyone else.
Exactly, and a lot of time it literally is trash that they find, or they get some random shit that just catches their eye, and they're like, I'll need it for something later. Oh, I can use it for this, and then it just goes into the pile.
Yeah, literally. It's insane.
Like, I won't lie, a lot of teddy bear hoarders, I won't say I'm not one, because I love to get teddy bears, not that I have the money for it. They kind of just all have to find a place in their home, like on a chair, on the bed. And then even my mom and brother are just like, why? Where are all these supposed to go? And it's like, there's their home. And when someone wants to use a chair, well, they gotta get comfortable. Exactly, they just gotta get comfortable with everything. But I'm not that bad.
Nah,
Yet.
you're not. Too broke to be a hoarder.
Broke to be a proper hoarder. Okay. I made sure her laptop was the very first thing in the storage unit. That's actually very smart. Put the expensive things in the back where it's safest.
That's still polite of him. I wouldn't have been like that.
Yeah, I would have just shoved that shit in there and be like, if I just shove it with some of like the soft toys, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's like packing peanuts. Okay. So they fit it, they put it in the storage unit all the way in the back corner, followed by all her clothes. So many effing clothes. Oh, fuck, now I've got to get to the next image. Okay. Then furniture, then all the meaningless hoarded junk. So it was most likely probably stupid shit she got.
So just crap.
Exactly. By the time I was done, that storage unit was packed floor to ceiling to the point I had to really Tetris the last couple of loads in there just to get the door shut. I'm sorry, but you gotta Tetris your way to close everything in. It feels like when I'm doing dishes and I'm stacking them, my brother comes home and when he used to pack them away, he used to be like, I feel like I'm playing Tetris, just trying to take things off without dropping.
It's terrible.
Terrible. It's so hard to do, but once you get it in there, it's hard to get it out without something falling and breaking.
It just becomes a habit.
Exactly. Like, I commend the person for putting it in there, but now that chickie's gonna suffer when she has to take it all out. Oh gosh, I can just picture it. Okay. Tetris. She was right at the end of the semester of school and not only needed the laptop first thing the next week, she was also planning on leaving for a cross-state road trip to visit family. And everything she needed for that was at the very back. Oh gosh, she's really gonna break something at the end of this.
Oh yeah.
From what I heard, it took her and a friend the better part of the week to find that laptop and repack the storage unit. She missed some important deadlines at school and delayed her family trip by a whole week, which messed up other plans and wasted a few PTO days at work to boot. Oh my word. Well, she had it coming.
Well, she could also obviously afford to move out if she's constantly going on holidays and trips.
Exactly. These people are rich in these stories. You see all the shit they're doing.
Yeah. Rich enough to be an arsehole.
Yeah, fuck. I want to be rich enough to be an arsehole, but I'm not an arsehole. But I want to be the rich part. Okay. The best part came months later. You see, when she first came back from that little weekend vacation, I had asked her to sign a receipt to receive the key to the storage unit. She immediately refused, threw a fit, tried to steal my dog, and failed. Thank goodness. Tried breaking into my house while I was gone, then came back hours later with about 6 cops in her wake. To this day, I don't know what lie she told them to get their entourage, but after I explained my side of the story, they realized it was just a civil matter and quickly left. In fact, to just go and get a whole 6 policemen. What the fuck did she tell them to get 6 police officers?
She probably just used the excuse of abuse. Just said, he attacked me or whatever.
I don't feel safe. I need assistance. He's armed. I think she is he's armed with something. Because you're not going to have 6 police officers to help you get your stuff or get in.
Nah.
Unless it's a dangerous situation.
She said he wasn't alone or something, you know?
Yeah, you'd have to make it look like such a dangerous situation that you need that many cops to feel safe.
She's just a chronic liar.
Fuck. Like, she already said before that she would say, I'll claim abuse if you try to kick me out. So it's not beneath her. She's willing to do it.
Yes.
Okay. The receipt I asked her to sign was simple enough in that I offered to pay for the storage unit for 6 months if she signed it that day. But since she didn't, I removed my card from the account and put the unit in her name. Only problem was the card she then put on file with them was an authorized user card. Authorized user card linked to my account, which I promptly cancelled. Feck my words. I promptly cancelled. You could keep that in if you want to.
I'll see.
My speaking isn't very good. So then she missed enough payments on her storage unit that they locked. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the next part on the next page because like there wasn't a lot of story left. So then she missed enough payments on the storage unit that they locked her out and she was never able to get the rest of her stuff before they presumably auctioned it all off. You know, all those hoarder tendencies. Someone's gonna find something in there now.
You know, this is under petty revenge, but this isn't just petty. Like, he really went to the effort to screw her over. It's good.
If she needed to leave, it's her stuff. He was actually so generous just to find her a storage unit, and he even paid till she came back to keep that storage unit open, like no one could take it and her stuff was in it. So he's in the right. He got that whole unit for her stuff and kept paying for it until they got down to the nitty gritty stuff, and she was like, no.
If she had signed the receipt, he would have paid for it for 6 months that she could have taken his stuff out. She screwed herself over.
Exactly. I don't understand where these people feel so entitled. Edit. A few of you had some good observations on some details I glazed over or removed. Oh no, just by going to see the comment. I have no inception time or energy to make up fake drama just for Reddit, and I show you this really happened. Okay, so it's supposedly a legit story, which is nice.
It's legit. And I can believe it. Like, I can definitely see this sort of thing happening. People are like that.
He got his petty revenge, and he still remained a saint, helping her keep her stuff until she could pay for it, and she still didn't want to pay for it.
He gave her every opportunity and she still said no. That's her own problem.
Exactly. He did so much for her and she was just like, no, you gotta keep paying for me. It's like, this isn't how this works anymore. I helped you. You never helped me. So the relationship ended and she's still like, no, you're supposed to still pay for me.
Yes. No, she's still a shit.
She either has rich parents or like she doesn't really give a shit.
She could just have the money anyway, so it doesn't matter that her shit got sold off. She deserved it.
I'm still curious what the frick she was hoarding so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's gone now.
Furniture, so how the fuck did she hoard furniture?
Furniture's a bit funnier to think of when he was doing the Tetris.
You trying to fit the couches in and chairs.
Like, imagine you can't even pick that shit up and like you're trying to get it to turn it around so it fits perfectly, but no one has that strength besides some bodybuilder.
And he did it all himself from the sounds of it, so like that's even more impressive.
Oh my gosh, she was like a picture of a bodybuilder just like flipping a couch trying to put it at an angle. Because that's the only way you're gonna like Tetris your way with furniture. So it's most likely it was a whole bunch of like little oddities that just kept piling up.
Yeah. Bits and pieces until it got unmanageable.
And that makes it even worse with the hoarding, because then you have a whole bunch of little things you gotta sift through to see what was actually yours and what she took. Well, like, what's all the random shit she found.
Yes.
My word.
Okay, are we on to the next story?
Yeah, the lawyer.
Lawyer.
A lawyer's
Okay.
revenge on a landlord.
I'll be reading this one.
Yes.
Landlords are arseholes, generally speaking. Everyone knows that. But if you think residential landlords are bad, they're nothing compared to commercial landlords. Landlords of commercial buildings are some of the cruelest, nastiest people I've ever come across. This revenge tale is about a commercial landlord and how I dealt with him. And, I can actually attest to landlords being arseholes because I literally just had a dispute with my landlord. Yeah, they all fucking suck.
Landlords are like, you get good landlords. We can't put all of them in a bad category, but
I know you can't, but some just can't be enough.
they know they're higher than you in this food chain. They own the property. So it's like,
think
how are
they
you
own-
gonna fight it?
Yeah. Okay, back in the 90s, sometimes I'd go for lunch at this restaurant in the basement of our building. The place was called The Vault because it had a massive bank vault that had always been there, dating back to the days before the place was turned into a restaurant. The vault was so huge that they could seat a couple of tables in there, and you could eat dinner surrounded by rows of old gleaming safe deposit boxes. One day I was there for lunch and the owner took me aside. Just to say, that sounds really fucking cool as a restaurant.
I know, right? Just
I would go there.
imagine, like, that's the VIP section in the vault, and you, like, make it the most lawny shit ever. But now, what if you get trapped inside? Oh, I wouldn't want to get stuck in it.
At least you know you're safe if there's like a bomb that drops or something.
You safe, hey, but you need a firefighter's crew to maybe get out of there. Fuck.
Hey. One day I was there for lunch, the owner took me aside. The landlord's driving me nuts, he said. The landlord drives everyone nuts, I said. I was a subtenant in the same building, sharing space with an older lawyer, Aaron, and the
I
landlord
think
was
it's
always causing us
Aaron.
trouble. You think it's Aaron? Okay, Aaron. Yeah, okay, Aaron. And the landlord was always causing us trouble. I'd already had a few run-ins with him, and we hated each other on sight.
Oh gosh, I can
So-
imagine the glares.
Already getting to the point. In
Oh,
most
I think it's.
jurisdictions-
Well, I thought it was Aaron is because of watching Afmal, and the one character she has is called Aaron. And then there's that video of the guy that can't say people's names properly, and he calls him Aaron. But it's pronounced Aaron.
Yeah, I think I've also met a few people they pronounce it Aaron. So I'll go with Aaron.
Yeah, maybe this depends on the person.
In
You go with it. Sorry.
No,
It's hard to tell when the other person's speaking because you can't see each other.
Yes, it's terrible.
I feel bad every time I just like interrupt you. I'm like, sorry.
No, we need to interrupt to keep the conversation going. It makes it better.
I feel bad though because I feel like I interrupt you while you're trying to say something and then you don't bring it back up and I'm like, oh shit, what if it was something good?
Just lose your train of thought.
Okay, can I continue?
Okay. In most jurisdictions, commercial landlords don't need court orders to get you out if you're late with the rent. Instead, they just change the locks, and you find out about it when you show up and your key doesn't work.
Oh fuck no.
It's insane.
All your stuff is still in there and it's gone forever.
Every time our landlord had a dispute with anyone, which was often, he'd threaten to change the locks.
Oh, that's toxic landlord behavior.
That is bad. He keeps demanding all this stuff for extra rent, the vault's owner said, and it's really weird because a lot of it is really old. The restaurant's owner showed me a letter the landlord had served on him the other day. Earlier that day, my bad. I looked over the
Next
demand
one.
and read a list of expenses for snow removal and parking lot repair and common area flooring and all kinds of crap going back years. I read it all the way to the end, and there it was. The usual clause saying he was going to change the locks if the tenant didn't pay this and that.
Hmm?
Just to note something, he said this restaurant's in the basement of his building. Why would they
Yes.
need cost for snow removal?
I think it's just
Snow
putting
removal?
whatever he can in there to make
Yeah.
more money.
Like, I'd understand if the restaurant was on the first floor, because then the parking and snow removal would apply. But it's in the basement. So
Well,
what
you
the
have to
fuck?
kind of park in the parking lot to get to the restaurant.
I guess, but that's also on the residents. It's so stupid.
Listen, if I was staying there, I'm not gonna go take all the snow out of the parking lot or whatever for everyone. I'd only do it for my parking space.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But if everyone did it for their parking space, then it's no problem.
Yeah, but you'll still have the open spots which are used for the restaurant that will be snowed up, and I think that's kind of where he's like, he wants money for that. But then wouldn't the restaurant be paying for that?
Yeah, it's also true. It's bullshit.
Yeah, the restaurant
Um,
would be more in charge of getting that area clean than paying the landlord for it.
yeah, that's also true. Okay, you do something to make the landlord hate you, I asked, because this is a bit over the top even for our arsehole landlord. He knows I'm moving the restaurant. I think he's trying to grab as much money as possible before I go. Plus, he's giving me grief over the vault. Obviously the guy speaking says he won't let you take it with you. And the owner says, are you kidding? It weighs almost 100 tons, and I don't need it. But the lease says I have to remove it, and that I also have to restore the building to what it was before there was a vault. That
Oh,
would
so the
cost a fortune.
restaurant has to take the vault with them, even though it was there before the restaurant started. So basically, the
because of the lease.
landlord's like, take the vault with you, and then make it beautiful when you leave.
Yeah, so you have to somehow restore it to what it was before it was even a bank vault, which is completely unfair.
And it sounds like
It's
it's a
also in their
very
lease.
old bank vault, so it's been there for a long time. So you take it out, you're just gonna have a random empty space. Like no one's gonna fix that up for you. You're just gonna have a random open space.
You also have to deal with like the structural issues of removing something that big from your building.
Exactly, and
You need
those
way
things
too
are
renovated.
they're strong, hey? They're like
Yeah,
thick. And now you gotta try remove it. You can't remove a bank vault. And if you
no.
somehow do, you're gonna take it out in pieces.
And it would cost a lot of money.
A shitload of money, especially depending on what it's made of, because
Yeah.
then it will depend who's willing to work on it and what kind of tools are needed.
It's a lot of money.
A shitload.
Okay. The asshole landlord says if I leave the vault behind when I move, he'll sue. So our main guy says, send your lease up to my office and let me look it over. I said. I finished my lunch, and when I got back to my office, the lease was waiting for me. It was just as bad as the restaurant owner said. The lease was a renewal of a renewal of an assignment of a renewal. The original document dated back to shortly after World War II.
I'm aware that is so far back.
That's 80 years. I mean, that's insane.
That thing's been there
The
for
bank,
like longer than the dudes owned the place.
yeah,
And a renewal on a renewal on a renewal. I don't even know how that's supposed to work. I think that's too many renewals on a renewal on a renewal.
yeah, it's bullshit. Somehow shortly after World War II, when a bank first leased the place and the vault was installed, somehow the landlord had suckered the restaurant into taking over a lease that left him liable to remove a bank vault at the end of the term.
So he basically screwed them over and...
Yeah, he basically tricked him into signing a shit lease.
Yeah, when you don't really give them all the details and then it's like, oh no, this is a great deal, but you gotta sign quickly. And you know when people feel very rushed, they're like, okay, just quickly over, done. And then when you go back on it, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's also on the restaurant owner for not looking over this lease properly when he signed it.
Yeah, it's True, like, but a lot of the time you need like a professional to look over these things because a lot of the stuff kind of just goes over your head, and you need someone to actually understand what's going on in the lease. Like any lease you go into, someone needs to read it through with you that's going to understand the jargon and what they're going on about. Because,
Yeah.
like me, I need someone to read through stuff with me because it goes straight over my head and I get confused very quickly.
You really need a heavy professional to look over these things.
Exactly, especially if you're doing like a restaurant, you're doing a business now. Then you seriously need someone to look over it. But at the same time, he could have expected that and been like, "No, you got to sign this now. Yeah, you have a limited time." He could have rushed them as well, which makes
Yeah,
it
there's
worse
plenty,
and harder to make a proper decision.
yeah, there's plenty of ways to put pressure on him to try and get him to sign it sooner, and that's the issue.
Yeah, that's a big issue with contracts is people pressure you to sign them there and now, and like they make you feel like there's no time to think or do things, and it's like you got to get this done now, like you now. And so then you get so stressed that you're like, okay, quickly, quickly, and then by the time you've done it, it's like shit. Now it's got my signature on it.
Yeah. Okay. No big deal, I thought. The restaurant can default and all the landlord can do is sue a shell company. But when I got to the last page of the lease, there was a guarantee clause.
Oh
The
fuck.
restaurant owner had personally guaranteed the lease, and he was on the hook for removing a vault weighing 100 tons and fixing the place up. It would cost a fortune.
Yeah,
So
I
he,
think he
he
was
kind of backed himself
definitely
into a
rushed
corner
into
there.
it.
Yeah. The case was hopeless, of course. That was obvious right away. But then I thought about the arsehole landlord with his demands and his threats and his red tarks, and I asked my brain to do me a solid, which it promptly did. I picked up the phone and called the restaurant owner. "I'm fucked, right?" he said. "You're calling me to say there's no way out. That's what my commercial lawyer already said, but I just thought I'd ask." "I can save you, but it's gonna cost." "How much?" "5,000 in legal fees and another G note for the agent." I think that means another 1,000.
Yeah, it's probably another 1,000 or so.
So the guy asks your agent, "What kind of agent?" "Real estate. Send up a check certified and leave the rest to me." The check hit my desk in less than an hour. I went to Aaron's office. "I need a real estate agent," I said. And he asked if I'm buying a house, and I said no. He asked if I'm selling a house, and I said no. By this point, I'd been sharing space with Aaron for almost 5 years, and he knew me pretty well. "You pulling one of your stunts again?" he asked. "Yep, but nothing that will get you
Maybe.
into trouble." Lawyers are slimy. that is one thing. Like, no matter what, they can weasel their way out of or into a situation if they really want to.
But that's what makes them so reliable in a sense because, well, the one's on
Well,
your side.
yeah,
The other side, then it's shit. But it's on your side. They're able to see those little cracks. And they're like, okay, we can get you out of this. But it's going to take a little help from so and so. And you're just like, okay, whatever we need to do, slimy, whatever, just do it.
it's really useful having one.
Yeah, but shit, the stuff that they have to go through and study to try do all this, like, I commend the brain strength and memory.
Yeah, it's not easy work.
No.
Aaron reached out for his old school Rolodex and started flipping through it. "I know a guy," he said. Aaron knew all kinds of guys, and that's one of the reasons he eventually got disbarred. So Aaron isn't even a lawyer anymore after this story.
It's like, I was amazing.
But he knew a guy, and he gave me the agent's name and number, and the next day I paid the agent a visit, told him what I needed, and we agreed to terms. I gave him some papers and the cash for his fee. A few days later, I was again at the vault for lunch. The owner saw me walk in and greeted me himself. Let me just find our page.
Yeah, there. Wait.
Okay. "The landlord's here," he said. "Why?" "For lunch, and to be an arsehole. Let's sit in the vault room so I don't have to look at his face."
That sounds like me. I'd be like, nah, I don't want to be here. Don't want to see that arsehole. Like, if I saw my previous employer because he was a dick, be like, nah, I'm not looking at this shit. You'll find me in there.
Okay, he took me to the vault room, and with the door completely closed, we had a
Okay.
consultation while we ate pasta and drank red wine. We're
Fancy,
making a demand.
fancy.
This is a very fancy restaurant. Like this sounds like it's high end.
I prefer a Coke over a wine because I'm not much of a drinker. But that
Dude, you're
pasta better be
uncultured.
like magnificent.
Uncultured. Can't have wine with pasta. No, you gotta have
I
Coke.
don't like alcoholic kind of beverages, and I've tried wine before. I just don't like the taste.
Now, wine is horrible. Any kind of wine is horrible.
But beer's worse.
Beer is
Alcohol
probably
is
the worst
worse.
alcohol. Because the smell of it and, beer's horrible.
After my dad, I can't handle the smell or the taste.
Vodka's nice though.
I'll just drink my chocolate milkshake or my Coke or my water. I'm a simple being. I'm a very simple being.
We are making a demand on the landlord, I said, between bites of a perfect carbonara. Carbonara?
What is a carbonara?
It's
I've
a
never
pasta
had
dish
one.
with... Oh, it's so nice though. It's a pasta dish with ham and different kinds of meats and that. It's very nice.
That's not nice.
Demand? What are we demanding? I pulled a document out of my briefcase and passed it to him while I sipped my wine. We're demanding that the arsehole landlord release all of the restaurant's equipment, all the fixtures, the ovens, the freezers, the ventilation, everything you need to run a restaurant. The lease exempts all that stuff. Yeah, like, that stuff he should be allowed to take, right?
It depends. If it was there before, if it was there before him and it's on the contract, he can't really take it. But if there's nothing in the contract saying like he can't take it, I don't know. Maybe you have some room to argue. But considering he wants him to take the whole vault, if you just shove everything in the vault and say it came with the vault, what's he gonna say? He wants the vault gone.
The lease exempts all that stuff, the restaurant guy told me. He can't stop me taking what I want. The only thing that matters is the vault, and of course I don't want that. I shook my head. You need the vault, I said. And we're demanding that he release the bank vault as well. We're insisting that he let you take it out within 7 business days. Okay? You think you can beat the landlord with reverse psychology? You think if you treat him like a 2-year-old, you can manipulate him into doing what you want?
Well, he's acting like a freaking 2-year-old.
I mean, yeah. Because how are you gonna... That's exactly what he wants. He wants you to take the vault and everything, so just saying that you demand to take it is weird.
Yeah, and he's having a whole tantrum thing about it. So, I mean, fine, I'll take the vault, but I'll take everything else too.
Yeah. We'll find out soon enough. He's had the demand for a couple of days now. The restaurant owner dropped his wine glass and it shattered on the marble floor. You already gave it to him, the owner said. He got up, swung open the vault door, and called for the waiter to clean up the mess.
It sounds too much like a book now. Like, it started okay in the beginning, but now that they explain so much little details, it makes it feel like they've written this out of a book.
Yeah, it sounds a bit fake. But let's see. Let's see what the landlord has to say, I told him. And we walked over to the landlord's table. The landlord was a big, beefy man with a big appetite. He sat alone, eating a rack of lamb wolfishly with his hands. Like, I think he's just, like, over-exaggerating the
He sounds like a chunky guy.
He sounds like a big fella.
Kind of picture that Potbelly thing with that t-shirt that can't go over his stomach. And then those messy hands with, like, rings on them or something and hair everywhere.
Comically fat.
Like one of those cartoons, and he's got freaking food in his hands. Like, no, dude. He's a knife and fork, please. Oh, I can't with these people.
My client needs an answer today, I said. The landlord looked up at me as he chewed noisily. I'm the vault's lawyer, I said. I gave you a demand the other day. My client needs an answer right now. He needs the vault for a new place, and he's got to make arrangements. Your client can forget about the bank vault, he said, wiping his greasy hands on an already soiled napkin. But you can't. But then now why he doesn't want him to take the vault?
Because he's trying to take stuff with the vault. That's why he doesn't want them taking the vault now. But the problem is the contract says he has to take the vault.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, oh, never mind, I don't feel like it anymore. Because now it's in like, what was it, 3 renewal contracts? So you can't just say, no, I'll keep it. Because I think that's going to be more legal issues in the
Yeah.
short term and long term.
Okay, but you can't do that, I said. My shock was feigned. But the restaurant owner's jaw dropped for real. The landlord laughed at us. I'm the landlord, I can do what I want. I'm gonna need that in writing, because my client might sue, I said.
Yeah, this is when you get like a little recorder.
Yeah. Sue all you like, the landlord told me. Sue till you're blue in the face. He told me that I'd have a formal response by day's end, and then he told me to go away and let him finish his lunch. When the letter arrived from the landlord claiming ownership of the bank vault, I brought it downstairs and showed it to my client. How the hell did you do that? He asked. It's trade secret, I said.
It's a
Okay.
secret.
So how did he actually get him to convince him to keep the vault but nothing else? The following month, the restaurant moved out and the place was empty. And that was too bad because I'd always liked eating at the vault. Now the restaurant was in a new location 20 minutes away. Place of the vault, and they preserved the vibe of the old place. It was very similar, except they didn't have the bank vault. The bank vault, all 100 tons of it, was where it had always been, in the basement of the building where I had rented space. I showed up for work a little after that, and Aaron collared me. The landlord's looking for you, he said. Oh yeah, what about? He's really angry. He said his deal fell through. What deal? He was supposed to rent the place downstairs to a new tenant, a bank or a credit union or something like that. They were supposed to come in to sign a lease, but they didn't show up.
That's why he wanted to keep the bank vault, because now he had someone that was going to use it.
Yes. He obviously wrote up a real estate document to claim that he was a bank wanting to rent the place. And then screwed him over by making a fake deal.
That's probably it. That's why he wanted, like, I want this in writing, please. Oh, that's smart. That's very smart. But you can't get caught, hey? You have to do this with people doing it for you, because if you're the one caught doing it, that's where you'll get in trouble.
And what's that got to do with me? I said to Aaron. And I said the same thing again to the landlord when he tracked me down a couple of days later. I know you were behind this, he said. His jaw I know it was you. That offer from the agent, it was all bullshit. Just a trick to make me keep the vault, so that your client could sneak out of the place and leave that fucking bank vault behind. I'm gonna sue.
Sue for what? You signed over not wanting it anymore.
Yeah, he's full of shit. If you're looking for counsel, I think I'm gonna have to declare a conflict. I'm gonna sue the restaurant and that agent, and I'm gonna sue you. He stormed off. But the landlord didn't sue. Of course he didn't. He didn't have a contract to sue on. Only a vague letter of intent that I drafted, enough to hook a greedy landlord who was used to having his way. The offer he'd received was non-binding, incapable of acceptance without the signing of a formal lease, which of course never got signed. When I left Aaron's place a year later, the downstairs was still unoccupied, with a sad for rent sign sitting in the window starting to look faded.
I could totally see like some kind of group of friends renting down there just because they have a cool vault.
I would. Like, I'd rent that as a place to live.
I'd make like a whole gaming thing inside the vault or something, like our gaming room of some kind.
I would, because I mean that would look really cool.
Exactly. I love how he did it.
That was smart. Very underhanded, but not illegal, so it was smart.
Yeah, he did perfectly fine. Everything's up to snuff, up to code.
Yeah, nothing went wrong. It was good. Now we are on to our third story, and I think that's back to you then.
Let me just make sure it's the whole thing. Oh no,
yeah,
I'm missing part of it. I think I can't do it. It's missing a part. Hold on. Let me see if I still have part of it, if my phone would open. So I kind of can't read it with that missing part. Because then we'd be really screwed. Have all of them here. Let's see. Okay, definitely not that one.
Not all four. There's all 4 parts, yeah?
Well, maybe that was all of them.
I read through the story, yeah. It looks like it has all of its parts.
Yeah, I think that's actually all of that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Yeah, that's 3 stories. Okay, let me zoom in on this because it is on my computer.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
so tiny on your screen.
It is. It's so tiny. I have to zoom in and I have to slowly read down. Then I have to zoom out and then I gotta go to the next picture and zoom in, and that's why it takes me so long. Okay. Hurt my friend. Good luck with your education. I recognize this is long. Feel free to skip if you don't have time or patience. Also, if there's more petty than pro, I can move it. It just says I can move it. I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, in case it wasn't meant for the pro revenge subreddit, if it belonged more on the petty revenge.
Petty pro. It's close enough.
All the same thing. Revenge is revenge.
Exactly, just different levels. Okay.
Exactly.
Back in the before times, when the internet was still a new thing with lots of potential, I was enrolled at my local junior college. A little into the semester, I moved in with my girlfriend so we could both save on rent. I will call my girlfriend Lucy for the purpose of this post. One night, Lucy says she invited a friend from her classes for a game night. Sounded good to me. We invited a couple of other friends and it was a really fun night. Surprisingly, it turned out her friend, Sarah, was someone I knew from high school. We weren't close friends, but we knew each other and got along. After that night, Sarah was invited over pretty frequently for dinner, game nights, or to watch a movie. She even brought her boyfriend over a couple times. I'll call him Jay. But he never quite fit in. He would be quiet and or standoffish, wouldn't engage much, and just seemed like he never wanted to be there. It was clear no one really felt comfortable having him there, but we invited him to be polite to Sarah. Fortunately, we only came over 2 or 3 times, and found an excuse to refuse every other time. A month or 2 after this all started, Sarah called my girlfriend crying and asked if she could come over, and of course we said yes. The story that was relayed was Jay was getting very upset with Sarah for coming over to our place so frequently and accused her of cheating on him. She never clarified if he thought she was cheating with me, Lucy, or both. Oh my. Sitting there thinking they would have threesome or something. My word.
Yeah. He was pissed because he was left out.
Fuck. But any option was ridiculous and never happened. But he confronted her and started verbally assaulting her, calling her all kinds of nasty names, and at one point she tried to walk past him to leave. He shoved her back. This caused her to trip over a coffee table, fall, and get a huge bruise on her butt and lower back. Lucy told me about the bruises as Sarah had shown her. I didn't see them for myself. Well, I freaking hope you didn't.
Yeah. That would be bad.
That would kind of go into the cheating part and would make it look like you did cheat.
It would look a lot worse.
Yeah. Sarah swore up and down that he had never physically assaulted her before, and she believed it was just an accident. But I was pissed. I wanted revenge. You don't mess with my friends, and you don't assault women. I wanted to beat the crap out of him. But while I'm a very big guy, I've never been in a fight, and I am not a violent person. But a revenge plan formed in my mind. At the time, I was working in the in administration building of the school as a student employee. Don't laugh at me for struggling
No,
with that
no,
word.
not at all. I would never.
I feel like when I was a kid again, I couldn't say damn hippopotamus. Okay, as part of my job, I could access anyone's student records, their fees, and their class schedule. The date was fast approaching. That was the last possible day to drop or add classes without penalty or specific permission. So I looked Jay up in the system and got his student ID number. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah, like
But-
that is definitely illegal, right?
But we won't say anything because it's for revenge.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, it was coming. Sometimes revenge karma needs a little hand in just moving forward.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna help it a lot.
exactly. And the other information that I needed. And put my plan into motion. On the last day to change schedules, I used the dedicated enrollment phones in the administration building. Internet class scheduling wasn't a thing that was set up yet. And I cancelled all of his classes. He's screwed.
Yeah, he's screwed.
Not only that, but I went through and added every class I could find that had a course fee. Oh my word. If you owed a debt at the school, you couldn't get copies or transcripts or anything else. Something that I didn't mention was that Jay was a foreign student and couldn't stay in the country if he wasn't enrolled with a certain number of units. Oh gosh, she really went pro here.
Jeez, yeah.
I wish I could give more information, but as I didn't want to get this traced back to me, I didn't tell anyone. Nor did I pull up his records again for quite a while. I did get a little payoff though. Sarah was really worried about seeing him again. She had broken up with him the night after he pushed her. As they had an English class together on Tuesdays, she said that on Tuesday he was there. But there was also someone new standing in the class. He was standing because there weren't enough seats. The teacher, seeing that there were more people than should be, held roll. And guess who wasn't on it? Jay! Apparently, after I dropped all his classes, someone on the wait list got in. Jay tried to argue with the teacher, but as Teach had the official class roster and Jay wasn't on it, there was nothing he could do. Sarah said she saw Jay in the class again. I don't know.
You said she saw him in the class again. She never saw him in the class again.
Thank you. Yeah. Sarah said she never saw Jay in the class again. I think never just kind of skipped my eyes.
Just missed out on it. It's okay.
So much letters. I don't know much about what happened. Lucy and I eventually broke up, so I didn't see Sarah very often after that. After a while, I did look up Jace's class schedule, and all the classes with course fees were gone.
Oh.
But where is it? Where is it though? Where's the but?
Where is the but?
Where is the but? I'm trying to find the but. But he didn't have any other classes on the books either. I wanted to assume he was kicked out of school, but I didn't try to confirm it. Either way, Sarah didn't have to have class with him, and while he probably deserved more, he was definitely inconvenienced and possibly kicked out of school. Sometimes I worry I was too harsh, but then I remember he deserved it. Mess with me, but not my friends.
That was definitely illegal.
He definitely, if he got caught, he would have been out.
Yeah, he deserved it, but That was illegal. You gotta be careful with doing shit like that.
Yeah, especially when you go into like someone's personal files, you can get into so much trouble if they actually catch that.
I assume that's why he used the fake names there.
Yeah, but if he looked up on it personally, they would have been able to tell, like, oh, this person looked into this when that happened, which looks suspicious. So I'm surprised he didn't get caught.
But you see, it was also before the internet was so big, so it could have been that they just didn't have the resources to check that yet.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have like the kind of history thing showing like, oh, the history of who's looked or who's been in this profile.
Yeah, which does make sense.
Yeah, especially if it was like way back when internet was kind of safer. And now it's not safe. Nowhere is safe.
No, it's safe anymore.
Internet's even worse.
Yeah. But at least it's going well.
Yeah, that's all our pro revenge video or stories for this video.
And we will be covering Am I the Arsehole in the next video.
Yes, so please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. More content. More Reddit stories. Yeah, leave a comment, please. And we will be covering more things, not just Reddit stories, hopefully games, things, other topics. If anyone wants to bring in a topic, please comment below what you would like us to make a video on.
Yeah, and we will be open to any recommendations.
Except for creepy ones. I'm not doing some weirdo story.
If it's funny, we'll do it.
Yeah, if it's funny, we'll do it, but like, I'm not gonna go on about some creepy ass shit.
And
There's a limit.
We'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye!